Hi, my name's John Patterson, and I did my topic on Virginia Apgar, and she was born in 1909 and died in 1974. So, a little bit about her early life. She was born on June 7th, 1909, in Westfield, New Jersey. She lived with her mom and dad and two older brothers. And her interests kind of included music, athletics, and science. So, she was very well rounded, had a lot of different interests, and then she is famously known for her works in obstetrics and anesthesiology. She went to Westfield High School in Westfield, New Jersey, the town she was born in, and there she made her decision to pursue medicine. She graduated in 1925, and then she went to Mount Holyoke College, and she graduated there in 1929. There she majored in zoology, and she had different extracurriculars, like I said before, based off her interests in theater, orchestra, sports, and then she actually wrote for the school newspaper as well. So she was very well rounded and had a lot of different interests and applied them differently. So then she went on to graduate school at Columbia University, the College of Physicians and Surgeons. There she went to medical school, and there were 90 students in her incoming class and only 10 women. So she was one of 10 women in her class, and then 80 other men there. So very male dominated field and very male dominated society at the time as well. She graduated in 1933, and she was fourth in her class. So impressive to be such a higher in class at such a renowned school at Columbia University. She did postgraduate training, so she went on to do a 2-year surgical internship at Presbyterian Hospital. There, she worked under her mentor, Dr. Alan Whipple, and he was actually the one that encouraged her to pursue anesthesiology. This is because at the time, surgery, there weren't too many opportunities for women, and also during the Great Depression, Alan feared that opportunities in surgery would actually diminish significantly for women as well. So she did her anesthesiology residency programs at University of Wisconsin-Madison under Dr. Ralph Waters. And then she also went to New York Bellevue Hospital and worked under Dr. Emery Rosenstein. So she's been kind of all over the place, all over the country studying medicine. During her career, right after she finished her residency programs, she went back to Presbyterian Hospital and led a division at of the anesthesiology department. There she recruited trained residents, and she developed the department significantly, especially during the time the field of anesthesiology wasn't as well known or well respected, and she kind of helped propel that respect forward. Then she also did research on anesthetics and different drugs. She did the research on Curare, which is a neurotoxin that causes paralysis. She did research on norepinephrine, and then she related these kind of two compounds and more compounds and molecules back to obstetrics and the process of labor and delivery and the effects on newborns. One of her most significant contributions to medicine that's still implemented today is the Apgar score. And this is an evaluation of newborns right out of the womb and evaluation of their health. Her test that she developed was 1 minute out of the womb, but now there is a 5-minute Apgar evaluation as well. So it's a score 0 to 10 based on these 5 categories: an infant's heart rate, breathing, response to stimuli, muscle function, and reflexes, and then the color of the infant. So very important traits, and this score relates their health back to these 5 categories. As you can see by these visual representations, each category is awarded 0 through 2 points, depending on how the doctor examines the baby and how fit the baby is. And based on the scoring, they're either considered excellent condition, depressed, moderately, or severely depressed. And based on that, the doctor will provide different treatments. So very important for newborns and very important for the health of the newborn is this score that Virginia Apgar developed. Later on in her career, she did more research on the Apgar score, how it related to these different aspects of labor, delivery, and overall pregnancy and the health of the newborn, and just relating that back to the Apgar score and applying it more. And during this time, the Apgar score was published and also implemented in hospitals all over the country and all over the world, which it still is. So And then she actually went on to get her master's in public health from Johns Hopkins University. Here, she wanted to focus more on the prevention side of birth defects and preventing different newborn and neonatal diseases. And this, she worked with public education, fundraising, research, and even when she wasn't working, she was still educating and trying to make a difference with the life of newborns. Then she became the director of the National Foundation of Infantile Paralysis. A little bit about her awards and recognition. She was the first woman to head a division at the Presbyterian Hospital, like I said earlier. She was the first woman to be a full-time professor at the Columbia University College of Physicians and Surgeons. Like I hinted at earlier, she also, this is where she taught a course on anesthesiology in the college. And then, like I said, she developed and published the Apgar test. She won the Elizabeth Blackwell Award from the AWMA, sorry. And then in 1994, she was actually recognized on the U.S. Postal Stamp, and she got her own postal stamp. 1995, she was inducted in the National Women's Hall of Fame, and just this year in 2020, she was inducted into the New Jersey Hall of Fame. So personal connection, I just wanted to just say that while I was researching, I just thought it was so cool how many lives she touched and how impactful the Apgar score is. Also, I just appreciate, despite all her other interests and extracurriculars, and she was just such a well-rounded person. I just respect people so much that can perform school at a high level and also perform these different extracurriculars at a high level. It takes a special person to do that. And then just her leadership and impact in such a male-dominant society was really inspiring and really cool to see how many lives she touched despite being a woman at the time and during the Great Depression. And then I wrote a little note, when I have kids someday, I'll be able to tell if they're healthy right out of the womb because of the research she did and tests she developed. Her work has had a major impact on so many different families. So connection to essentially the biochemistry, just the research and scientific process, the process of researching something, trying to make a biochemical process better, coming up with tests that make these biochemical processes or evaluation of these biochemical processes, I thought was really cool. The research on how different drugs affect these biochemical processes. So we've touched on different drugs that affect different biochemistry pathways, and with her work with the different neurotoxins and norepinephrine, she also did this with how it affects the biochemical process of delivery and pregnancy, and then just different tests that determine functionality and just being able to come up with these tests or evaluate a test, and which determines how well a process or how well a specific molecule is working. And we've touched on that a lot during this class. And just biochemical processes and how they can be measured and made better and improved upon. And as research shows, more findings, we're able to make those processes better and, touch more lives and make a more impact on lives. So that's it. Thank you. Bye.